Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And today, whenever you are seeing this, we are going to be doing our mid-November elemental energy reading, looking at relationships in particular. So how I like to do these is we look at the singles first for each of the elements, then we look at the couples, and we look at where that chakra energy is lined up first, and then see what messages from the tarot. Today I'm using the Angel Tarot. The decks I am using are linked in the description box below. If you're interested, you can click on those. They are if you click through those, it does help support the channel. There we go. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If this is something you're interested in, hit the like. Leave comments. Let me know your thoughts, opinions. And I'm even open to constructive criticism as long as we're respectful about it. So with that, we'll get started with... I have graphics. Fire, and we're going to start with the fire singles. And when I say relationships, and I leave that very broad for a reason. Relationships can be romantic, they can be your friendships, they can even be your relationship with work, your coworkers, boss, employees, however that relationship pans out. So some of this stuff may come through as for more intimate relationships, and it could be more general relationships for you. Take what works and leave the rest for someone else. And with this particular chakra deck, it was gifted to me by a dear friend, and I will read the card, show you the card, give you my impressions, and then we'll check in the book, because there's a lot of information that was done with this particular deck. It is the Sacred Mysteries chakra deck. So we'll go through the book as we go, just so we're getting as much as we can from each information. So for for fire singles, we have number 21, power. So they're saying that this is really about where you're sitting. Your energy center is, and we'll find out in a second. But it's talking about this is a seat of power for you. This is really a time when you are at your peak. Fire singles, this is your time to shine. You're basically in the limelight. So if it's if you're looking for a relationship, this could be a good time for one to pop in, because you're looking good. The energy that they're showing me is you're the star in the show. You're right here. You're the one kind of everyone's attention's drawn to. If you're a little introverted, that might be a bit uncomfortable, but right now is your time to shine, and that could be something at work is really looking good. It could be that when you're out with your friends, that person is looking at you just the right way, but it's really emphasizing that it is your power time, and that's I read intuitively first, because that's how I read. So in the book, this is the third chakra, so your solar plexus, which is also your seat of power. This is your personal power. It's your energetic power. This is the highest frequency of who you are in this dimension, in this realm. So the animal that is associated, which I believe is the one in the center there, which is representing you, is the ram, symbolizing the animal nature of the third chakra and its element of fire. Strong, forceful, it is known for stamina and ability to climb. It has tremendous strength and will, and innate fighting instincts that is most prominent when threatened. It carries the seed sound rang on its back, which is to promote longevity when hummed. So, keywords: developing personal power, influencing others, control, power struggles, manipulation, divorce, conflict, and unresolved personal issues. So this is a two-edged sword, fire singles, because you are the one shining. How are you going to use that? And that's what what's brought forward in the book, is you're the center of attention. That's, again, kind of obvious. You've done the work, you're still doing the work, but are you working for what purpose? And that's what the relationships focus is energetically from the chakra system. Let's see what the tarot has to say to further clarify that. And I usually just go with a couple of cards from the deck to see what they have to say. There we go. So your first card is the High Priestess, Archangel Haniel. Listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. This is a major arcana card, meaning this is a major life lesson. So what you're working with right now, single fire, is there's a lot of power coming up for you. You're the shining star, but the High Priestess is saying tap into the little bit more feminine energy just to keep it in check. Unchecked fire, trust me, is dangerous. It can cause a lot of destruction, but you're bringing in the High Priestess energy, female, feminine, water energy, to bring a balance to that unchecked fire. So yes, you are the center of attention, but basically don't let your ego get too dominant in that. The other card, you have lessons that you're working through right now, fire. And it is number 12, the Awakening with Archangel Gabriel, again with water energy. Looking at things from a different perspective, a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. Gabriel is the archangel of the West and water, and so you're being called, with everything that you have going for you right now. They're reminding you to look at things from the different perspective, a broader perspective. Tap into the more gentle side of your life. Everything is great. They're not saying it's bad. It's just saying be aware that if the fire goes unchecked, if you get too addicted to your own product, basically, it could work negatively for you. So for single fire, it's really your time to shine. Everything is looking very good for you, but there's just a little reminder to not let it go to your head. Remember to stay humble. When the fire gets too hot, cool it down with a little bit of water energy to help balance that. So let's take a quick peek here at the fire couples. So those of you that are in a relationship, if your elemental energy is fire or your partner's energy is fire, this is where that's working. And we have number 16 in this deck, and it is the Radiance card. They're giving me a similar impression even for fire in the couples form. Things are going well. You've got a lot of positivity, a lot of glow up that is occurring. You're kind of the center of attention, but they're also saying pay attention to the guides, the energy that is supporting you. And what they're showing me is actually it is non-physical energy. So these are angels, these are guides, these are guardians, God, saints, however that comes through for you. But they're the ones that have been supporting you through a lot of what's going on in your relationship. Again, whether you're the fire or your partner's the fire. But they're saying it, really be okay with being kind of the center, but don't forget how you got to the center. So let's see what the book has to say. Sorry. We have, again, you're still in the solar plexus chakra, fire. So the fire energy is really about the highest aspect of this existence. The singles were in the third chakra, the solar plexus. The couples are in the third chakra. So maybe when you're working on meditation, really bringing in that energy and focusing on it and bringing balance to it, because as you're moving up from the root to the crown, you go from your survival to connection to source. And right here, this is the highest frequency that is 100% concerned with this realm. So pay attention to what's going on at this time, fire energy. So for the couples, 16, I'm on the wrong page, of course. So your element, again, your fire. So this is definitely playing in your field because it's the fire energy. Fire symbolizes the spark of inspiration that can arouse imagination to make music, dance, and grow beyond the tethers of restrictions. Although heat can be a friend or foe, fire can burn through obstacles to enable people to become the best version of themselves that they can be. It can also serve as fuel to the ego to make you feel entitled, arrogant, and dominant. So again, we have the similar positive and warning coming forward for the couples. Excitement, intensity, actively jumping towards possibilities, sparks flying, strong will, full ambition, and assertive behavior. So fire couples, again, you're doing a lot of good in the world. Things are looking really great. The creativity aspect could be a promotion if you're in a business relationship, or it could be something more along the lines of other forms of creation if you're in an intimate relationship, or it could just be a different aspect or a deepening of your current friendship group. But it's really coming forward with this growth and expansion energy. So from the tarot, we have the Six of Air. Things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, and taking a trip. So the radiance that's coming in, all the support you've had from your guides, guardians, saints, angels, and God are saying you've been through a lot, the couple's fire, and now is the time for you to step forward and actually enjoy the rewards. Again, there's that warning of don't let it go to your head. But you've put in the time, you've put in the effort, so enjoy what you've created and enjoy what you are still creating in that mindset of growth without ego. The ego is a tool. You're never going to banish it, and anyone who tells you that you will is not being upfront with you or honest with you. It's learning to control the ego and making it the tool that it's meant to be, not letting it be the dominant one, which makes you the tool. So your other card is the King of Fire. Motivation, idealism, ambition, charismatic. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision, be a leader, advice from someone who's creative. So for the couples in fire, really focus on what it is you're creating in that relationship. If you're in a business relationship, what are you creating? How can you improve it? How can you take it to the next level, so to speak? If you're in an intimate relationship, how can you deepen that? They're really saying get creative with your connection with the other person. So if your partner's the fire, find ways to inspire them. If you're the fire, find ways to support, uplift, and create and build. So fire couples, again, you're looking really good right now, and you're you're shining. So be aware that the stars are aligned in your favor. The elements have blessed you with guidance, and God's source divine energy is saying you've got a lot going for you, just don't let it go to your head. So we'll cut these cards real quick, and we're cutting them as we go through the zodiac for Earth. And fire is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Earth is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So we'll switch our little symbols here. Hide that. There we go. And the symbols, the emblems right here that I'm using, are the traditional elemental symbols for earth, air, fire, water. Just for if you're wondering where I got those particular symbols, that's what they're for. So we're going with Earth Singles. That card literally just jumped out of the deck. So Earth, Earth Singles, you are in preservation mode, but the image is also of some Naga energy, so there's a protection coming forward, and especially if you're Earth, you're really protecting the hearth, the home, those that are special to you, but you're also protecting like your source of income and things like that. So for single Earth, it's really about taking stock of where you're at. Not so much spreading it out, but maybe pulling some stuff in, maybe not going out as much, or finding ways to maybe cut a couple pennies from being spent. But it's really about preserving, and what they're showing me before we look in the book is that this is really a time for protection and guarding that which you hold dearest, the things that are the most valuable. So let's see where you're at with the book. It is in the second chakra, which is your sacral chakra, which is approximately 2 kyun, 2 finger widths below your belly button. And the deity on here is Vishnu. So Vishnu is very good, which is awesome. It is the pervader or the preserver and hero of life-giving force in the second chakra. the ruler of compassion and preservation of life in the world. He sits balanced between the creation and destruction of life-giving forces. His consort is Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune. So you have a lot of things going for you that are positive, but like I said, the energy that they're bringing forward is you're in that balance point, but they're really saying to be paying attention to what you're spending on and kind of your financial habits right now. Keywords: pleasure, sensuality, harmony, loyalty, family, sharing emotions, seeking enjoyment, and indulgence. So it's not for Earth. For Earth singles, things are looking good, but they're just saying this is not a time to be frivolous with certain things. You have the protection of some pretty powerful deities on your side, because you have Vishnu, Lakshmi, like I said, the Nagas with their snake heads around him are all supportive and protective, but it's also kind of, we're doing our part, don't forget to do your part, is the impression I'm getting. So we have from the Tarot, 5 of Air, unwise choice, learn what you can, and review everyone's motives. So for Earth singles, this is not strictly about you. You're pulling in and you're protecting because there's an outside motivation that's coming forward that is really not working with your favor. And so weigh your choices very carefully. As with Vishnu, he's standing in balance between good and evil. He's standing balance of the positive and the negative. And the 5 of Air is saying this is your time, 5 of Swords in the traditional tarot, to really pay attention. There's outside energies, there's outside influences coming forward for you. So really pay attention. Decisions, weigh them against what's best, not what the other person is saying. Really tap into your intuition and pay attention to the answers of that. Your other one is Knight of Air. It's interesting that your Earth energy and your opposite is Air, so you've got some things to be paying attention to. Knight of Air is intelligence, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. Events that occur with great speed take time to review options, creative solutions. Again, they're bringing up that concept of really paying attention to any decisions you make going forward this month. For singles, it's not ideal time to be hunting a relationship. Just that's the impression that I'm getting here. You have your opposites, so if you know people who are air energy, they might be the ones to take their information and advice with a grain of salt. just being more of a heads up about what's being said and what's being done. Again, these are general readings, so take what works, discard the rest. But it's really tapping into that sacral chakra, tapping into your intuition, and really being careful with your decisions in this month of November through the middle of December for Earth singles. Now we'll hop over to Earth in relationships already. It could be couples, it could be business relationships, etc. So Earth in a relationship. Earth in a relationship. Wow. Apparently this deck wants to talk to Earth today. It is number 39 for Earth in couples. It's detachment. Finding a way to release your need to control. Release your need to be in charge. Detachment is being able to step away and observe something from a broader perspective without emotional attachment. Earth tends to want to be a little bit more emotional, but they tend to want to be in the middle of it, grounded in the center of what's going on and watching. This is saying step back. You don't need to be in the middle of it, and just pay attention. So for Earth couples, it's really about stepping back, observing. If you are the Earth in this relationship, observe what's going on. If your partner is, be aware that they may be stepping back to just observe. It's not they're turning on anyone. Something's going on that they need to be paying attention to. So this puts you in the 6th chakra, your third eye. And that's, again, where we're getting into that detached state. You're not really paying attention to emotions, but you're seeing what's going on behind the scenes type of energy. So the deity on here, and this is interesting, is Shiva. Shiva is in his incarnation of old Rudra Shiva, is linked with destruction and death, out of which new forms can be born, with cycles of creation, preservation, and destruction continuing. Here we see the young Shiva, lord of the yogis, sitting in meditation in the middle of a river high in the mountains. He expresses ultimate detachment from the cascading waterfall of sensory attachment and demonstrates our capacity to learn to detach or let go of our desires, hopes, and fears. So you're really talking about stepping away from the things that are not serving you, but it's also saying when you detach, the chaos that might be occurring, the things that come up in life are no longer bothering you. Keywords: non-attachment, accepting life, not being attached to the outcome, performing austerities, enjoying situations without expectation. So the other part of being detached from emotions and outcomes is you are connected to the now moment. This moment, you're here. And that's the energy that's coming up. So it's not just about stepping back and not being involved. It's stepping back and learning to be here, present in the moment. A lot of the times when we talk about anger or anxiety or depression, it's because you're not living in the moment. And the way I look at it, depression is you're living in the past. You're connected, something is going on back there. Anxiety is you're connected to a future outcome, but it's a future outcome heading down the worst possible path. So you're not living here. Being detached is you're being detached from the outcomes. You're here, you're now. And that's the energy that Shiva's bringing forward at this time. So your first tarot is the number 8, Justice, again with the major arcana. So for the earth couples, pay attention. It's Archangel Ragael. Fair and just decisions, do what you know is right, stand up for your beliefs. When you are detached from the outcome and you're detached from other people's opinions, you do the right thing because it's the right thing. It doesn't matter what the other person thinks. It might hurt their feelings, but their feelings are they're not enough to change whether it's right or wrong. Just because you told a child no because the stove is hot and they touch it, you told them no, they started crying, they touched it anyway, now they're really crying. That's a learning experience. So when you're doing things for the right reasons and you're doing the right thing specifically for the right reasons, the other person might not be happy about it, but it's what needs to happen. It's what they need to hear, need to experience. People call it brutal honesty. You don't have to be ruthless, but this is the time of doing the right thing for the right reasons and not worrying about what the other person's feelings are. So you also have the Knight of Air come forward, so we're still working with that Knight of Swords energy, the mind and intelligence. Intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless, events occurring with great speed, taking careful reviews of your options and creative solutions. Just because you have to say, do, or however that comes forward for you the right thing, that's where that creative part comes in. You can be 100% honest, but you don't have to be rude, and that's what they're saying. Is the cutting away with air is very specific to the cutting away of illusions, the cutting away of fear, of deception. When you are in a detached state, you see through the illusion, you see through the dishonesty. So for air couples, definitely take the time to step back, reassess, think about what's actually going on, and maybe look at the underlying aspects, because what they're showing me is that there's something going on that you are going to be benefited by being detached from. So let's take a peek at air, which is our next elemental energy in the zodiac chain. Air is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So this is for air singles to start with. Let's take a peek at what chakra energy, where your energy is most prominently focused at this time for air. we have the cosmic consciousness, number 46. So before I look in the book, we'll go through what they're showing me. This is time to really tap into your higher aspect. The cosmic consciousness, that's an aspect in how they're showing me of the divine mind. So you're really tapping into a high frequency spirituality. You're going beyond what you normally would. So if you are a spiritual seeker, this is the time to really focus on the meditation, focus on that developing of the relationship with God, source, divine energy. Working with the cosmic consciousness also helps you tap deeper into your intuition and your ability to comprehend high-minded ideals and thought processes. Not always the most pleasant thing to do, but it's a necessary thing to do because it's how we grow, it's how we expand, it's how we go beyond the everyday world. So let's take a peek in the book. The deity is Krishna, blue lord of love, wisdom, and compassion, and we're in the 7th chakra, which is your crown chakra, which, if you have not worked with the chakras, there is a point, and some people actually have a flat spot right there, and that's basically the base of the crown. It's a 1,000-petaled lotus that sits right there. So here we go. Blue Lord of Love, Krishna, wisdom, and compassion, is one of the most popular of Hindu deities. He is known as a humble cowherder who played a celestial flute that enchanted many gopis or faithful devotees. Yet he is also considered a cosmic force of good who maintains order in the universe. So what the book's saying is this is a very good thing. It's a time for basically the good things that you have done in life to be rewarded. Your karma is paying you back, type of a thing. So you've been doing good, and now it's time for some of the reward to kick back. Keywords: love without fear, radiate positivity, trust your inner knowledge, liberation, being awake in the now, take time to play, sing, and dance, and the innocence of a child. So single air, this is basically being the best you that you can be. And I have to say I'm enjoying this particular set of readings because it's really showing me that you are all in really good places. Again, general readings. That card literally just leapt out of my hand. So take what works, but they're showing that this is a good time for, so far, fire, earth, and air. But you're working with the cosmic consciousness, so you're working with these higher frequencies. But what's interesting is the higher you go, the more innocent you become. And when you get into those higher frequencies, you start to see the world through a child's eyes again. And that's what they're bringing forward. So the card that flew out of my hand, we're going to read that one first. It's the 10 of water, a contented and rewarding family life. Your emotions and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationships. So if you're single, this could be actually a good sign because it's bringing forward a little bit of a relationship vibe. In Standard Tarot, this would be the 10 of Cups. So you're still working with this success. Things are working out in your favor, and they're saying that this is a good possibility to be attractive to a new partner, a new friendship, a new promotion at work even. But it's really about, in your single aspect, you're able to radiate this attractiveness because it's that innocence, that joy, that I'm just happy to be existing at this time, and that's the energy that they're bringing forward. And like I said, that card jumped out of the deck, so something to pay attention to. The other one is the 3 of Earth, the power of creativity, recognition for high quality work, and a team player. This is still bringing in that this is a good time for possibly work improvements. It's also saying that this is a time for a possible new relationship, intimate or friend, doesn't really matter. But for single air, you are looking really good to other people. You're not quite the star of your own show, but when you have the 10 of water, 10 of cups coming forward, it's definitely saying things are moving in the right direction for you. You've set a good foundation, and now it's time to kind of reap those rewards. So let's look at air couples for November through middle of December here. And we are looking for air in a relationship, air couples. So the air couples are in number 5, Fortune. For couples, the Fortune, what they're showing me anyway, is this is really a good time for celebration, for doing things just because you can, living in the now moment with your partner, your friend group, or your work, and just enjoying where you're at. Don't worry about the past, don't worry about the future. It's really about anchoring this energy into this now moment and being so focused on just having fun, not so much to the no, don't have so much fun that you forget your responsibilities. But even if you have to go to work, find a reason to have fun with that, air couples. If you have to go to a business meeting, find something that is enjoyable, and the Fortune is saying that the doors are opening for you. This is a really good time energetically. So you're in the root chakra, the first chakra, and we have Lakshmi, the goddess, on the front. One of India's favorite goddesses, Lakshmi, goddess of fortune, offers material and spiritual gifts. Usually pictured with an elephant on each side, she's widely regarded as a symbol of strength to overcome difficulties and a reminder that fate brings unexpected joys. So, again, you're really in a good place. Even if there's something that you have to overcome, the strength of the relationship is what's going to feed your ability to overcome it. Don't try to do everything by yourself. Whether you're the heir or your partner's the heir, this is really a time of the relationship is what is going to be the most powerful. And as you overcome anything that's in your way, it's going to build the relationship stronger as well. So keywords: fortune, luck, destiny. That's fun. Finding finances, getting things you deserve, making good decisions. So you also are having that heads up about making the right decisions for the right reasons, doing the right things. So air couples, again, it looks like you guys are doing really great right now. Fortune is on your side. Fortune favors the bold as well. So if you have that inspiration to step out and do something as a couple, as a business adventure, this could be a time to really examine what those changes, those new opportunities might be, because fortune knocks, but you have to be listening when fortune knocks. And that's kind of the impression that they're giving me with Lakshmi. She's here, she's knocking on the door. Are you paying attention? So let's see what the tarot has to say. It is really adamant that I am taking more than 2 cards here. Okay, so the first card is the Ace of Fire, an exciting new opportunity. Career advancement, changing your life now. So as you're moving forward with the fortune, this is the card of fortune favoring the bold. There's some new opportunities coming up. It could be a deepening of your relationship. It could be something new coming into the relationship, new house, car, kid, even a pet. They're showing me like puppies running around. So but it's really talking about the Ace of Fire is the start of something that you've been wanting for a while. So in your relationship, however that appears to you, whatever it is that you're looking for, they just showed me a friend going from friend zone into relationship status. So there could be some of that going on too. The 2 cards that would not separate were the Knight of Fire, passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and restless. A sudden event that needs immediate action, time of the essence, think things through carefully. And the 2 of Fire, you've come into your own, new partnerships or contracts, continue to move forward. So we are still working with this energy of fire. So the passion is really, really loud in this reading for air couples. And you've got these 2 cards coming together, paying attention to your intuition, your inner guidance, but it's really about something new, something deepening, something you are in your element, and that is making it even more attractive to the other person. like with the Ace of Fire, it showed me that friend zone going into a deeper relationship. So there could be some of that going on. They're being really clear right now. Don't force anything coming forward. Go with the flow with that, because if you force it, it will inevitably burn you. The fire energy from these 3 cards is very volatile, so you want to make sure that what's coming in, because air is more go with the flow energy, not always, but most of the time. So they're saying tap into that. Work with your go with the flow, but be aware that the fire energy that's coming forward with those cards is definitely going to make things spicy. You can take that how you will. So let's cut the cards and hop over to Wata. What is there? And now we are in Water World. So water is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Water singles. What chakra energy are we working with for water? We are working with number 49, compassion. Tapping into your heart energy, bringing that energy up, really focusing on understanding the other person, being open to helping other people, water singles, but not being a doormat. They keep bringing that forward. So it's really about working to help others, tapping into your heart, even though this, I know for a fact, this is not the heart chakra. I believe we're in the crown chakra again. Yes, we are in the 7th crown chakra, but it's about understanding when you're looking through compassion at the 7th chakra level, you're looking at the world from the heart of the Creator, the heart of God, the heart of the highest frequency. And when you're looking there, how can you feel anything but compassion, love, and caring for your fellow human being? So there is our card. We don't need to look at my ugly mug. And the deity is, oh good grief, Tripura Sundari. The goddess embodies the beauty and inspiration of the ascension to the 7th chakra. Through her, you can recognize everything as divine, including the divine qualities within yourself. Compassion is a divine frequency. Love is a divine energy. That's the energy that you single waters are working with. Keywords: innocence, childlike wonder, again with a childlike, compassion, love beyond attachment, magic in the moment, expanding your capacity to give, the radiant heart, nurturing others. The radiant heart of the Creator is such a powerful image. If you meditate on the crown. And as you're doing that, focus not on the deity whole. Pick the heart of the Creator, the heart of how you see God, and watch how that heart's love radiance flows. It is one of the more powerful meditations that you can do, is just to focus on that meditation where you're tapping into understanding and deepening your knowledge of the heart chakra energy from the heart of the Creator, not your heart, because you're looking from the crown chakra up. And so when you see that radiation of love energy from the heart of the Creator, it will change how you look at life. It could be a permanent change, or it could be just for the next little while, because the real world does come knocking, but it's really something to be paying attention to, single water. So your first tarot card is the 10 of Water. A contented and rewarding family life, emotional and material needs are met, trustworthy relationships. Single water, this is saying where you're at right now is where you're supposed to be, but this is a nice but though. The energy of the universe is saying there could be a lot of opportunities coming forward for you in the next month or so. The 10 of Cups, the 10 of Water, is all about emotional contentment, emotional fulfillment, and also you're working with the energy of the universe being in alignment for your highest frequency. That does not mean that everything that you've ever wanted is going to fall in your lap, but the things that you need the most are going to be there. Need the most, not want the most. They're going to be there for you to support you through this. So, as I was pulling cards, these two stuck together again for air, or just like with air. So water singles, we have the King of Air, brilliant, impartial, professional, and diplomatic. And when you work in the crown chakra, impartial is kind of goes with the way things are, because you're not living in the, you're not focusing on the material world. Speak your mind with confidence, seek out professional advice, balance mental and emotional considerations. You also have the Nine of Air, and air is a complementary energy to water, so that emotional needs part of the 10 of water could be coming in to be supportive. So if you have air in people around you, that could be what's supporting you and helping you through this next little while. Water singles. So the Nine of Air is expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, and sleepless nights. The King of Air is saying, this is what you're lined up for. Good things, as long as we're impartial, professional. This is the thing to look out for. Don't do this. Don't worry about the things that you can't control. The water energy within you is all about going with the flow. The King of Air is saying, that's what you need to be doing. But you have this little nagging, we'll call it lower frequency energy coming in saying, but what if? King of Air is like, no what ifs. The Ten of Water is like, what are you worried about? Everything's going. Like, it's you all your needs are met. Things are moving in the right direction. Just relax. But there's a little part of it, and it could be that egoic mind jumping up and down saying, pay attention to me. But the Nine of Air is that kind of that energy that they're showing me. Don't let that get in the way of what is coming in. Don't overthink the opportunities that are coming to you, and to look at things from that 7th chakra, compassion, where you are looking at the world through the heart of the Creator, the heart of God, the heart of Shiva, Shakti, Lakshmi, Vishnu, however you see the heart of the Creator, and that can be Jesus, God, Yahweh, however, like I said, however it comes forward for you, single water. So now we are on to couples in the water world, and where are the couples in water for November? Whoa. Couples in water. She's electric. Number 41, concentration. Things are definitely going well for water in a relationship, but you're at the center of a storm. You might be kind of the one in charge of the storm. And they're not saying that that's a bad thing, but it's definitely, you have a lot more control over what's going on than you're giving yourself credit for. For water in couples, it could be you're the water sign, or your partner is, or it could be a relationship with work. But staying focused, because there's so much going on, being able to concentrate on one thing at a time and keeping it all in balance, keeping everything in check, is what they're saying is your purpose and your goal going forward. So we have the 6th chakra working with third eye energy, and the deity on the card is Kalratri. The most fierce manifestation of Durga, the goddess of strength, holds in one of her hands the sword of wisdom. Her club-like hook has the power to sever egos, iron hold on the self. She is worshipped as a goddess of protection who can scare away the troubles, ghosts, and goblins of negativity. So you have a very powerful deity coming forward saying you don't have to worry about things. Stay focused on what you need to be focused on, and you can weather the storm. You have a lot more control over what's going on than you're giving yourself credit for. Focus, concentration, learning mental skills, being alert to the present, diving into life on a deeper level. So couples, water couples, just paying attention to what's going on. When you're tapping into those higher frequencies, sometimes because you're working in a spiritual realm and the physical world's like, no, you can't do that, it can cause a little bit of chaos, and your ego does not like to be told that it's only there for one purpose, and that purpose is to be a tool. It doesn't like that. And so you have this deity coming forward saying, we're not playing ego. You have a job to do. That's your job. You are not in charge. You're not the boss. So when you're tapping into your third eye energy and you're tapping into your spiritual side, your ego has to play second fiddle. It has to step back, and it doesn't like that. So that's where you're getting some of this more intense energy coming forward. So let's see what the tarot has for clarifications. We have number 13 in the standard deck. That's the death card. It is release. Archangel Azrael. I think it's the death card. Death or the devil, one of those two. I think it's death because we have Azrael. The end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. When you work with the major arcana, these are life lessons, these are life points, things that are causing major shifts in your world, little or big. So when you're working in that section where your ego's kind of flaring up right now, water couples, and that could be your ego if you're the water, or it could be your partner if they're the one with the water. The death and the release is really about releasing the ego. It is not the one in control, and you have a powerful deity in, I just lost her name, sorry. There's so many names, deity names in Hinduism that I do not know yet. Kalaratri, with her power and her energy, she's able to help sever the ego's dominance over your life, and you can work with Archangel Michael as well. Archangel Azrael is a good angel to work with endings and transformations, and that's the energy that there is coming forward. Is it's really a time to release the things that are not working. I know I'm shuffling this deck. The Ten of Water came back up, so for water couples, your relationship is going to be stronger as long as we can learn to let go of the things that are not working. As long as you can let go of the things that are in the way of the relationship's growth, whether that is work relationship, personal relationship, intimate relationship, however, you have the powerful deities coming forward. Archangel Michael can be a great one too if you don't want to work with Hindu deities, to help cut the ties of the ego over your life. And the ego tends to be very dominant because we have learned to feed it from a very young age. It's a necessary thing, but it's never meant to be the dominant aspect of our personality, because it's just a personality trait if you really want to break it down into simple terms. So for water couples, you kind of had the rough reading, unfortunately, because things are not always the best, but the relationship, the love, the compassion, and the caring for each other and for those around you is what's going to support you going through and going forward. So with that, we will end this video and reading. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your month. Pop over. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button so you know when I'm dropping videos or going live, so you can catch what else I'm up to. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and even if it's constructive criticism, as long as it's respectful, that's all I ask for, and I will talk to you in a future video.